ink is in here. So open this door and the head is going to slide over. And the inks are spraying in and out. So just like that. The first 4 that come with the machine is a starter set, so it's going to run out a little quicker than a normal set will. But you've got your 6 sets right there. The part that's moving back and forth is the print head, and eventually it'll need to be replaced as well, but probably not for a couple of years. What you might find is there might be some lines or gaps in your print. You can actually see it on this poster. You can see those lines there. So if you experience anything like that, the first thing you'll want to do is try to clean the print head. You do that by going here to the wrench and then go to Image Quality Maintenance, Clean Print Head. And so to walk through a up to 3-step cleaning process, it'll print a verification pattern in between each step, and you'll be able to tell from that whether it needs additional cleaning or not. If the cleaning does not solve the problem, then right below the Clean Print Head button is the Replace Print Head button. So you'll order a replacement print head. Then when you click that, the machine moves the head to here. So you'll open the cover, unlock the old head, remove it, put the new head in, lock it, and close the cover. And that new head will come with another starter set of ink. Paper goes back here. So you pull this rod out and slide the blue end off. There's a sticker right there, and that shows how the paper is going to feed. So we'll put it on just like the sticker shows. The blue end back on all the way, make sure it's tight, and then drop it back in the machine. You can leave it rolled up tight while you're removing the tape that's holding it together. And you want to leave it rolled up tight so that it feeds straight. So I leave it rolled up and then feed it straight down until it beeps. So there's the beep. So now I can close that. The printer asks which paper type to use. Recommend leaving it on plain paper. If you want a nicer print, just slightly nicer, you can go to more paper types, bonded and coated, at the very bottom, heavyweight coated. The difference between the two is heavyweight coated will print about 5 times as slow and it will use more ink. So normally you'll leave it on plain. So continue. And it's going to go back and forth, make sure that it's loaded straight. Pause the video. Alright, so on here, if you touch roll, you can change your paper type, or you can unload. The multicolor button there will show you the levels of your inks, so you can check and make sure you've got enough ink, especially if you're going to do a long banner with a lot of ink. You wouldn't want it to get halfway through and then stop because it ran out. And then also in the wrench, you have feed and cut. So if I have torn the paper when I was removing the tape, then I could feed and cut off past that tear. And then this first button here, last page, is a reprint. So if we scan something and want additional copies, we can tell how many more we want and reprint. Black and gold. That's what we have. And so the machine from the manufacturer comes with a 25-foot roll of gold and 26 plaques. Or those are down here. We upgrade those to a full 100-foot roll in the 52. So that's why I'm taking these with me in case you're wondering.
So you can make plaques?
Yeah, like that one there.
That's awesome. Well,
It's beautiful.
So there's a sticker right there. Let me get down. So that shows how the supplies feed through the machine. So the ink is going to go up here on top, and the large roll is going to go on the bottom, just like the picture. So it's going to go like that. So we'll put it in there, and it's just spring loaded. Make sure it locks in place. And before I load this one, I want to show you also, this is the print head, the shiny black part right above my thumbnail or fingernail. You want to clean that with alcohol and a soft cloth whenever you change out one of these ribbons.
Okay, and the paper's coming from underneath.
Yes.
Okay.
And so now it's going to go there on the top, and I'll just feed it past this clear protective outer layer. Okay, so just like that. So this is going to sit in the back, and it's going to roll this way. So I'll put it back there. And then goes between these guides. And you can adjust those to make sure that it's holding it tight, but not too tight. And then you can pull it to where it's right above this rubber roller. And then you can just stop. So you can see the edge there. And then we'll go ahead and lock it down. When you close this, you want to make sure to push down on both sides. And because if one side is loose, it will print over here, and then the print will fade away as it gets over here because it's not touching. All right, so that is loaded and ready to go now as well. Here, I'll video this too. So there's an arrow right there. So that's the corner we're lining it up in face down. So we'll go up there. And then which size do you want? You choose by which button you hit. So we can have the larger size or the smaller one.
Let's go big. We're in Texas.
So just hit the button there. You'll hear the scanner start to scan. It's going to print working. So when you turn this on, and the power button's over here, this is the screen that's going to come up. So we can touch the machine we want to work with. The first three are for built-in designs, so you can search and browse, and if you make any changes and save them, then they'll be available here in My Files. You can also scan from here, but I recommend just using the scanner buttons. You'll get a better quality enlargement, and it'll scan faster. And then PDFs, we go here, My PDFs, go to the G drive, and there's the PDF that you made. And then you choose your size, standard and medium being the same as the green and the red button. You can also print from the sheet feeder in the back, 13 by 19 sheets and 8.5 by 11 sheets. You've got some samples of the 13 by 19 paper here. Big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So however many copies and print.
Awesome. And the feeder's right, just right back here?
Yeah.
Is it face down or face up?
Face-
Or it wouldn't matter?
It doesn't
It's
matter
just-
'cause it's
just
blank.
Okay.
Screen, you can access it on the screen.
So it prints, if you put it in the feeder, it prints on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other thing?
And if you are going to use the feeder, you have to unload the roll.
Okay.
We can go to search and browse. So I'm going to go to browse.
This is for the templates.
Mhm.
Right?
These first ones are basic layouts. So the X's are for images and the white boxes are for text objects. So for the images, you can use your own like bitmaps or JPEGs off of a thumb drive, or there are also thousands of included images too. And then there's some layouts for banners as well. So several pages of those. You can use those as a base.
What are the sizes of the banners?
Do
Do you get to pick?
Yeah, there's some that are as short as like 60 inches, and some I think are like 92. So between 60 and 92. It's not always going to say on the template, but when you go to print at the very end, it'll tell you at the bottom what the print size is going to be. All right, so I'm going to go to school and classroom visuals. So templates like this that are full photographic, these are licensed from Learning Zone Express, and so you can't edit those, but you just print them as is. If it has a border or background like this one does, those borders and backgrounds typically will not be able to be changed, but the wording can. If you touch an item and it can't be changed, it'll pop up and let you know. And then this one, since it's just kind of basic text and images, we can edit everything on there. So I'll go to OK. So editing works like so. You touch the item you want to change and then use the buttons to change it. So let's start with the text. So we'll do edit text, brings up on-screen keyboard, or you can use the physical keyboard. Fonts and styles brings up all the fonts that are available. Sizing, bold, italic, underline, and justification. And once we're in here playing with fonts, we can go through and change all the fonts at once. We don't need to go back and forth. And for colors, it's pretty much the same thing, just change all the colors around. If you change the color of a graphic, it becomes shades of whatever color you picked. And for graphics, you have a button here to flip it. So in this case, if we wanted them all to face the same direction, or if you're like designing a banner and you want your mascot to face each other. And you can also replace it by going here to graphics, search and browse the included, find your own off of a drive, or you can scan an entire document in and use that as a graphic. And I'll turn him into a frog since that happens to be the first thing that comes up.
Cool.
And then advanced edit, this last button down here, that just allows you to move things and delete objects and add new objects, new graphics, new text, as well as resize your graphics too.
Cool.
So I'm going to go OK, and next, because we're done editing, so it says that one's going to be
There's
24
the
by
output
34.
size, and you choose here. Okay.